In this video, we'll discuss how each of us is made in order to better understand how to be healthy, both emotionally and mentally. The operating center for getting all of your needs met is your brain. The brain is really complicated, and there's a lot that we still don't understand about it. Your brain is made up of tiny cells called neurons. These neurons send energy back and forth, and this is what makes your brain and the rest of you work. These are the main areas of your brain. We're going to call them front, middle, and back. Now, the back part of your brain is what happens automatically. If you're walking down the street and you see a lion, your brain is going to tell your body to do what it does automatically. Your brain automatically reacts to dangerous things with responses like fight, flight, or freeze. You also don't think when you do things like breathing or blinking. This is the part of the brain that helps these things run on their own. The middle part of your brain is where memories form and are stored, and also where feelings are generated. The human brain is pretty remarkable in the way that it uses memory. When you've experienced something before, your mind will retain this and use it to interpret new things that happen to you. Your brain brings memories to you instantly. It also interprets what you experience and assigns an appropriate response. Then it tells your body to release chemicals that allow you to feel emotional response. The front part of your brain is where decision making and logical thinking happens. It's where you process information and make decisions about it. So your brain has parts that are automatic, parts that give you feelings and memories, and parts where you make more complicated decisions. These parts of your brain form differently based on each person's life experiences. What happens to you in life, the decisions that you make, and the habits that you form actually shape the pathways of the energy that flows between those neurons. An individual's experience shape how easy it is for their brain to perform different tasks and live in different circumstances based on their life circumstances. For example, if you have to be worried about danger often, your brain adapts to use the parts of the brain that control your ability to get away from or fight danger quickly more often. The amygdala and hypothalamus. If you don't have to worry about danger, your brain may send new information to other processing centers instead, the prefrontal cortex. Your brain structure, built by this firing of energy, contains your habits, thoughts, memories, and emotions. In addition, everyone is born with different biases for how their brain will develop. You may have heard of a concept called inherited trauma or generational trauma. What is meant by that is that what your parents' or grandparents' lives were like affects the parts of the brain that had to be used most. And these experiences actually pass to you in your genetic code. This is a great tool in circumstances where generations of people are endangered because the children are more prepared for this. However, if conditions improve over generations, it may not be very useful. Regardless of an individual's genetics, though, each individual's circumstance actually determines which genes are expressed as a child develops. The good news is that if your brain has had to adapt to a lot of hardship in life and you are affected by this trauma, you can work to change the pathways that it has formed. And also, you've likely developed a greater level of resilience. It's hard work though, and the first step is understanding yourself and your reactions and habits.